video talking a financial YouTuber talking about the Cromwell reform influence on British history. He said that the political reform made by Cromwell makes Britain great because the political reform to make a Congress to determine to make a determination for the country will make a will just make a bribery disappear for the country. Unlike China, unlike China, maybe so many resources are controlled by one person or 1 or 2 person. So you can, so every people should bribe to this 1 or 2 person, then they can get everything. But in in Britain, these things, all kinds of resources are determined by the Congress. So it is very hard for a company, for a person to bribe all the Congress to get the benefits. So they just jump out of the evil circle of bribery. As China a bribery society, and then everything then it is impossible to make innovation in a bribery society. Every then the all the powerful person, all the powers would seek to sell a good price, and but in Britain, and once this power don't try to seek a good price, and then the successful political reform make the will liberate the society, and that liberate the economic development, because there's no bribery in Britain, then that is political success. So the people with all kinds of talent will liberate their talents to make all kinds of innovations to for economic development, technology development, and then makes the country have a lot of innovations to get better. And think about that. I thought about the person who talked about a young person, a young assistant professor. He talked about the difference being working in the industry and in the academia. He said that working in the academia is never perfect, but he don't think that he can get the same openness or dedication or devotedness in Indian as in academia than in industry. I think that is very very true. So it goes back to the Cromwell. I think is these days I think it's Oliver Cromwell, because I mistakenly take it as the blacksmith's son, uh, Thomas Cromwell, because these days my boyfriend and I have been watching the Wolf Hall talking about the uh, chop the head of the Anne Boleyn, and that is helped by the Thomas Cromwell. And I think then that makes me feel like that. Oh, not why this Wolf Hall makes the man looks like a schemer, but he is a statesman. He makes so great political reform for this country and make this country so great. And then I realized that it's not a Thomas Cromwell that make this big changes. Is the Oliver Cromwell, but it's also a Cromwell. So my boyfriend said that Oliver Cromwell is Thomas Cromwell's um, nephew's grandson. So they are relatives. So it's Thomas Cromwell is the first Cromwell become a powerful person in for their family, and before that his family is a blacksmith, and he is completely born from scratch, born from zero, and then his family just have a very strong um, inheritance heritage of making greater changes to the world. And so I'm so interested in this man after watching the first series of Wolf Hall. And I asked my boyfriend, agreed to suggested us to watch the second series of Wolf Hall. And I like this person even more now. And the second series is talking about Cromwell. Thomas Cromwell tried to protect Queen Mary. That is Lady Mary. Is still Lady Mary when Henry VIII is still alive, and tried to save her life. And people think that why he tried to protect Queen Lady Mary. Is it because he wanted to protect himself after the King Henry VIII died? Then Lady Mary will become Queen Mary. So Cromwell will keep his power. But it is not that. After he saved her life on the meeting get together, Cromwell said it is because um, Catherine, it is Lady Mary's mother, uh, asked him to protect protect her daughter before at the moment that she before at just the moment before she at the clinch before she dies. So he just kept his promise, and he kept this promise and to in the sacrifice of his own safety because he tried to because he tried to help her. Maybe King Henry will kill him. So that makes the Thomas Cromwell so great person. And I compared to what I know about the political conflict, political fighting in China. If a person if a person is favored by the king in China, what do you know what this person will do? This person will do two things. One thing is to or kill all his enemies, any people who dislike him, or any people who speak ill of him, or any people just despise him, or just don't show interest, don't being nice to him. Then he would do all kinds of things to just make them suffer. And the other thing, they would make a beneficial group of himself centered around him to make and also would get a lot of women and to have a lot of children, and then to build all his powerful group. But all selfish two things that also selfish things that the Chinese would do if they get the favor of the king. But this uh, Thomas Cromwell, he is he didn't do this for himself. He don't have a child. He don't have children. Don't have any offspring, and he don't have any family. And he do all these things because he due to his morality discipline for himself. I think it's not only because of him. I think it's also because of British people, because he always have a spiritual companion of the Pope. So who the Pope? I think the Pope is maybe the first person have been elevated him from the very low and to take some responsibility. And then the Anne Boleyn discovered him, and then King Henry discovered him. So um I think the Pope must give him a very good impression, a very good guidance. I think maybe his father also is a quite an integrity person, and this Pope is like another father to him, to spiritually guide him to become to so in his when even after the Pope has died, Thomas Cromwell would would act to according to the morality, and also be flexible, and that being flexible, that kind of come from low class, so it's a combination of both the morality of the high class and the flexibility of the low class, and then he can survive in that situation with King Henry the Eighth is a very strange and a very uh, unpredictable man. He would kill his wife, even kill his own fresh blood daughter if she feels threatened. And I think even this brutal Chinese would think it is too much to kill the woman that you have been having sex with, and but King Henry would do that, and do so. And Cromwell can stay in that situation, and then he tried to protect these people, and makes him can stay longer in that situation. And this teaches me the wisdom of survival. And yeah, it is in a world in a world of jungle, in a jungle society, it is not that you are it is not that you are integrity, then you survive. It is not that you are righteous, then you are then every people would say you are good, and then you can survive longer. It is not that. This is a jungle society, the survival of the fittest, and I think Cromwell gives us a very good example. And so if you want to survive in the world, you have to both have integrity and also flexibility. And yeah, I think into this topic I have a lot to say, and I think this person kind of makes every people like him, and the people these low people would trust him and obedience to him, and also he is smart, and those high people would also trust him, and because he has integrity, he has his personality. It's not just being obedient, being loyalty. It's not just being selling his obedience or his obedience or loyalty to the king. I think many people in the world can give this thing to the king, but he give his own integrity, his own judgment. And I also discussed with my boyfriend that it is very hard to rely on someone on the king's favorism, because such as in uh, uh, such as such as me. Try to take you for example. You want somebody to do something for you. Cromwell, do this for me, do A for me, do B for me, and then then one day you said that, then next day, oh, why do you do this? Then Cromwell might say that you told me to do that for me. Then I didn't. Then the king will say that I didn't tell you to do that for me. Then then they will broke up, right? Even this is not unusual at all. I think in the company this happens a lot. When I work in the company, and the other colleagues between each other, they would always say that would ask the other colleague to do this and to do that, and then after they do it, then they would deny it. So when I work in the Singapore company, do you what they do? They would say that next time next time people want to you want other people to do other things for you, you just write emails to each other to give the evidence. So even in the company, they make it evidence, but Cromwell has have to give complete satisfactory service to the king. The king wouldn't give evidence to him for every command that he made. And if he just regret about anything he do, and then he any decision that he made, he will just complain. He would make the Cromwell as the scapegoat and kill him. And then he would say that it is not my idea. You are just meandering, just make a wedge between me and my daughter. And then so So it is very very difficult to rely on somebody's favorism, especially in a authoritarian society. It is no law at all at that period of time. The kings have all the law. King is the law. They don't like you, they will kill you. So I think this Cromwell, I think maybe is the greatest person, greatest person that have formed British society. British make so many reforms of the British, and first Thomas Cromwell, and then his cousin's grandson Oliver Cromwell make great changes to the British society.